technology and entrepreneurs. So we'll have the opportunity of listening to experts of TV of the future. Will be watch or will be make it? A couple of Women 2.0.
Gracias a los participantes que son los que han hecho posible que este evento se haya convertido en un referente en el mundo de la web 2.0 y al jurado que ha colaborado y sigue colaborando con nosotros hasta que se tome la decisión final. Creo que todos vamos a...
It's also telling me now that I have lots of email to read, which is also probably not particularly surprising. I'm sorry about this, folks. Not going to tell. I'm totally down with that. Let's see. Take notes. There's a quiz. You'll be graded. People who fail, I don't know. I'm lying. There's actually not a quiz. All right. Set your Wayback Machine. We're going to go back in time to 1997. I was a computer science major and an art minor at a little college. I put it on this machine, people start reading it. Works out pretty well. When we started off, we were getting maybe a couple thousand people reading it a day. We're all like, that's pretty cool. You know, there's a couple thousand people reading this thing here on this little Slashdot website. And we enjoy it. And eventually, the machine that we're running on, this little all of my data storage was flat text files. And if you are an engineer, you know full well that when you're writing a website that's being used by 50,000 people a day, a flat text file is probably the worst possible data storage type that you can possibly use. Except that, you know, I think my first web application, you know, and when I say my first web application, I mean it like hello world. You know, how every engineer writes their first thing and they have to learn how things work. Back then, they all used mod CGI, which is a terrible idea. They all used flat text files as their data storage. We were collectively idiots. You guys with these days with your fancy Ruby, you have no idea. It's Ruby on Rails, it's so easy. That's kind of programmer. I think I said that before. At this point, this is at the very end of 1999, the company that bought us decided that they were going to have an IPO. Now, this was an interesting experience on many levels. When we went public, it was approximately around the same time as a company called Red Hat, another company called VA Linux Systems, that was basically a series of Linux-related IPOs in late 1999, early 2000, somewhere along that window. And Slashdot stored pre-generated for you, pre-ready to go, and when you actually get that page, all it's doing is grabbing a couple of pieces and gluing them together and shoving them out to you. That is insanely important. Be redundantly redundant, and repeat yourself a lot, repetitiously. This is especially true in hardware, but also true in software. Whenever you can have two things do the job of one thing, that's better, because if you have two things, one can break, and then you don't have to have your page. They're split off. They're specifically tuned to serve specific functions. One of them does nothing but searches, and honestly, doing searches on Slashdot, you should probably just use Google anyway. They do a better job for that sort of thing. But another one just does backups. It's just constantly making backups because if you have one machine from from the year 2000. We have a group of people that actually post these stories. Timothy, Zonk, Scuttle Monkey. Some of those names are real. Some of those names are fake. They're all very real people. Those are the prime time guys. Then there's a few other folks that have been doing this for a long time as well, part-time. Hemos and Cowboy Neil have both been doing this on Slashdot now, along with me. For almost 10 years now. We divide our day up in what we call daddy pants. I think that that's a very important thing. Also, proper linkage and giving credit where it's due. Everything that we get on Slashdot is pretty much coming from a reader, and it's very important to us that the reader that spent their time to give us this information gets credit for